Hello. So here's your learning target for today. It is Module 7, Lesson 12. Today is Thursday, May 14th. It says, I can solve word problems involving different ways to make change from $1. So that's what we're going to practice right now. The first word problem you have says, Amanda has 39 fewer coins than Rachel. Rachel has $1. How much money does Amanda have? So you could write it out or show it in a tape diagram. Rachel has $1. And Amanda has 39 fewer coins than Rachel. So we don't know. A for Amanda. It doesn't tell us how much Amanda has, but it tells us that she has 39 fewer. Okay, so that's one way we could write it. So then when we subtract with money, you have to set it up. Subtraction. Okay, just waiting. Make sure you have that. So it's the same thing. I know there's a decimal, but all it is subtracting. Think of it as 100. So you're going to cross this off, go to your neighbor. Your neighbor doesn't have anything either. Just cross that off, go to your neighbor, get rid of this 1, which is going to become a 0. This 0, remember, turns into a 9 because you had to unbundle 1 and give it to this 0, so it could become 10. You ladies were very good at this. I'm sure you remember. So then you do 10 minus 9, or I'm sorry, 9 minus 10, which is going to give you 1. 9 minus 3, which is going to give you 6. And you don't have anything left here. So this 61 is going to be your answer. It's going to be 61 cents. Okay, so the decimal is there. That's how you would write it. And then you would label it. So Amanda has 61 cents. And you could always check it as well. So you're going to check it the same way. You're still dealing with money, but just think of them as numbers. Don't let that trick you. So you would do your 61 and your 39. Ooh, you kind of squished that. And you would add, what's 9 plus 1? That's going to give you 10. Carry your 1. 6 plus 3. 9 plus 1 more is going to give you that $1, which is what we started with. And that's what Rachel has. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay, so your next problem says, the doll Carol wants costs $1. She has 4 nickels, 3 dimes, and 16 pennies. How much more money does she need to buy the doll? So we know that she has to get to $1, but right now she has 4 nickels. So right away I'm going to underline it so I know 3 dimes and 16 pennies, and I'm going to draw it. I'm always going to draw my biggest amount first, which for here, it's going to be your dimes. They're worth the most in this problem. It's just going to help you when you count. So I'm going to draw 3 dimes. And I'm going to draw 4 nickels. And 16 pennies. I'm going to go back and recount my pennies just to make sure. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we have to figure out how much she has first. She has 3 dimes, which if you add that, we do 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is going to give you 30 cents. And I'm going to do it this way because I think it breaks it down well for you. If you can add it all together, go ahead, but I think this creates less mistakes. So then we do 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. We can just skip down by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20 cents. And then we know they're all worth 1 and we have 16. So we have 16 cents here. So now you're going to do 30 plus 20 plus 16. Don't forget this step. I've seen scholars skip this step and say, oh, well, I figured it out. You're not done yet. Remember to always go back and look at your question to see if you answered it. We didn't answer our question yet. So we do 30 plus 20. So you can set it up vertically if you want. 30 plus 20, I'm going to write it over here, is going to give you 50 cents. Then you're going to add your 16 cents to 50. 0 plus 6 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. So you have 66 cents right now. The doll she wants is $1. So this is when we draw this again. We have to figure out how much money she needs. So we have to subtract to find the difference of how much more she needs to save up in order to buy the doll. Remember that how much more, it's going to tell you to subtract. This is a 2-step problem because first we had to figure out how much money she had. They didn't tell us that. So you're going to start in your ones place. You're going to cross this off because you're unable to take 6 away from 0. So you go to your neighbor, cross that off. They don't have anything. Go to your next neighbor. That's a 1. We can take that. 0 becomes a 9. You have to unbundle. That will become a 10. 10 minus 6 is going to give you 4. 9 minus 6 is going to give you 3. And remember, this is 0, but you do have your decimal point, so it's going to be 34 cents. That's how much more she needs. So she needs, or we could write her name, which is Kara. Ooh. Kara needs, I'm going to put it back in a sentence, 34 cents to buy the doll. 34 more. Remember, that's a little caret. Yeah, if you forgot a word, we've used that before in Columbia, I know. And I'm sure in the other 2nd grade classes. All right, so now I'm going to write a problem on the board for you to solve on your own. So give me a second. All right, so your problem that you're going to solve says Shannon has 58 fewer coins than Taylor. Taylor has $1. How much money does Shannon have? So remember, this is very similar to the first problem we did. So if you have to, go back and reference it. Draw a picture, draw the coins if you have to. Check your work, make sure you have sentences. So after you've solved how much money does Shannon have, make sure you answer that question with a sentence. And then you can always practice more on Zern or Freckle. Okay? I will see you tomorrow. Bye, ladies.